Well, stay tuned this week and see how we put a hearth onto our fireplace. Alright, so for the hearth that's going to go under our fireplace, I have some of this pink, I call it builder's foam. I'll have a link in the blog post to this product. You get it at Home Depot, and they even have what they call project panels, which are small panels of this. And I didn't cut it very straight. I'm going to kind of try and make it kind of interesting. We're going to make this look as if it's a piece of stone. Or a piece of, it could be concrete, it could be stone, it can be, you can make this look like almost anything. I'm kind of making the edges not really rounding them up, kind of roughing up the edges so that it doesn't look too perfect. Alright. And you can see this stuff cuts with a craft knife really easily. It also paints really well, and I love using this to make stone effects. First thing we are going to do is cover this in white craft paint. Quite frankly, I was going to use my gesso, but my office / craft room is freezing cold right now, and I didn't feel like standing in there looking for my gesso. So either gesso or white craft paint for this layer. We don't want this to be pink. Oh, and I cut this 6 inches by 12 inches, and it's about 1 inch thick. I'm not going to bother with the bottom right now. And I'm just going to put a coat of paint. You notice I didn't roughen up this side because this side will probably be the back. And if you follow my Dollhouse Miniatures channel, you've seen me use this stuff a lot. And I hope to use more of it on this channel too in the future, because it's such a good building material for doll stuff, because like foam core, it's inexpensive and it's light weight and it's easy to work with, and it doesn't require any power tools. So I am going to allow this coat to dry, and I'm going to put on a second coat of white paint, possibly a third coat. I'll know I'm done when it no longer looks pink. When it looks white and it's dry, I will come back and we'll go on to making this look like a stone of some type. Alright, so our white paint on our hearth is dry, and now we are going to make this look like stone. And I've got just a variety of craft paint, and I've got some black, I've got a brown, a tan, and 4 different grays that I had in my collection. I've got a sponge, and I've got some cotton balls. And I've got a glove on this hand, so I don't get quite as much paint on myself. I'm going to start on the side, and I'm just going to dip it back and forth into the different colors. Because we've got the white base, it's going to... And try and get a variety of colors. The white base will help us to have a nice clear color, much better than that pink that the foam normally is. And if you want yours to be all gray, go ahead and do it in grays. Look at different pictures of stone, online or in magazines, and pick colors that you like. I'm going to try and quickly go around. I like to do the edges first. That gives me the top and the bottom to hold on to. And we may need to do this 2 coats. You may need to come back and do a second coat because there may still be colors showing that you don't want. Let me get this done. Then I'm going to turn this, lay this down so you can see better. I got a little too much brown there. All right. I'm not sure if I'll need the cotton balls, but I like the cotton balls for getting different colors. Now I've got lots of color. Start back here because you're going to cover this part up with your fireplace. And you can kind of practice and see what you like and what you don't like. And yeah, it's going to look like a hot mess when you first get started. And I'm working, I don't know if I mentioned my palette here is just a 6x6, I think a 6x6, could be 4x4, 6x6 I guess, ceramic tile from Home Depot. And make great palettes. They clean up really well. You can just scrape the paint off when you're done. I use them for all kinds of stuff. If you've been following my channel, either of my channels, you have undoubtedly seen me use those. So this all covered up with paint. And let's get out a cotton ball. I'm going to get some of the brown. And let's get another cotton ball with the tan. It gives a different texture, and you can bring in your colors where maybe you got them a little muddied, and this kind of blends it too. Let's get a little gray. I've got both the dark gray and the light gray here I want to get. I haven't even touched that one gray. Let's touch this one. Get some of this on there. I haven't even touched that one. And then go back with your sponge and kind of blend that. That crack doesn't matter because it's not going to show. And there we are. I am going to let this dry. When it's dry, I'll come back and we'll put a clear finish on this and we'll glue it underneath our fireplace. All right, so our paint is dry. I've already spilt finish on here. All right, so our paint is dry and we are ready to put a clear finish on. You could put more paint on here. You could keep working on your paint, make it look like anything you want to. As you see, I've already made a mess because I put some of my Mod Podge into a little container. This is gloss Mod Podge. Either use gloss or satin for this step. And I like to work out of a small container rather than directly from the jar in case the paint is not dry. I very seldom work straight out of the jar. Just going to give this a nice coat. And this may take one coat, it may take two. Again, I always do the edges first. That way I've got a place to hold on. Put a nice, generous coat on here. I couldn't find my really good soft big brush. A softer brush is better. When you're putting something like Mod Podge on, you get fewer brush strokes. But I think this will be all right. So I'm just going to finish putting the coat on here. When it's dry, I will see how it looks. If I need a second coat, I will put a second coat on, and when this is all ready to, when it's all finished, I will come back and we'll go to our next step. Alright, so my Mod Podge is dry, and I love how this looks. And we are going to glue this onto here. We'll need to be really careful because we need to get it centered. Now I am going to use something I don't use very often, and that is my hot glue gun. I'm going to put a good bead of hot glue. Oh, that was an interesting noise. Alright, now, make sure I get this the right direction. I'm lining up the back, which I realize you probably can't see, and I'm visually centering this. But I've got the back edge lined up as straight as can be, straight as I can. Oops, where the heck is the camera? There's the camera. So I got it lined up as straight as I can there. And there, that's what it looks like. So we're going to let this set. I think we'll do the mantle next week because I'm still snowed in and I want to get this video edited and uploaded so it goes up on time this week. So next week we'll work on the mantle, and after that we will put a fake fire into our firebox. So I hope you're enjoying this project. I know it's taking a while, but I love these longer projects. Be sure and check the blog post. I'll have more information over there. And come back next week and see how the mantle goes. I'll talk to you later. Bye.